Penance RPG and its affiliate sponsor, D&Dice, makers of dice for all types of heroes, proudly presents Plummet, Falling in the Dark, a Penance RPG adaptation. This bard's tale, as is customary in these parts, may contain strong adult themes, cursing, and high adventure. For now, time turns, the path is open. Let the story commence.
Welcome to episode 29 of Plummet. Who are you? What are you? And to celebrate National Dance Like a Chicken Day, where's your favourite place to dance like a chicken? Starting at the bottom this week with Belry.
Alright, I feel attacked.
Your name is
for context.
You're going to be first.
For context, because for some reason I always keep picking alphabetically first names, I'm always at the top. So I've written my name in Discord as Wonglepong, Bruce. G'day, by the way. I'm Bruce Wonglepong, treasure hunter at your service. So yeah, I feel very attacked. I don't regularly dance like a chicken, I'll be honest.
You surprised.
But I bet you could probably make a bit of money doing it at like a KFC trade conference or something.
So you dance like a chicken for money?
Yes. I'm a painted whore of the chicken dance community.
I've now got that Tina Turner song running through my head, My Private Dancer.
Oh god.
Painted whore would be a good name for a song, actually.
Well, I think Sir Elton John has it called Sweet Painted Lady, but yeah.
Sweet Painted Lady is
It's
slightly
just a
different
nice-
from Painted Whore though, but yeah. So, next is Ash.
Hello, I play Whispers in the Gloaming. She's Tabaxi Shadowwalker. My favourite place to dance like a chicken is anywhere where no one can see me.
Fair enough. Lenida?
Yes, I play Stu Nicola Nin. She's a female skirmisher, human, really tall, and has a really bassy voice. And my favorite, well, I never dance as a chicken, but my favorite place would probably be in our dance room here in our house, where there's no one to see me except myself in the mirrors. So, yeah.
Fair enough. And finally this week, Squid.
I'm Squid. I play Karis, who is a Tiefling rogue, and I'm desperately trying to remember what he sounds like because I've only played him once and I've missed a couple of weeks. I'm going to own chicken dancing. I'm going to have it in my new victory dance, so if I ever go fishing, which is one of my hobbies, I do it at the side of the loch when I catch something.
You sound like
Just to really freak people out.
So, no Frankie this week because Amy is working weird shifts, so she's not here this week. What happened last week? So, Dragon, if you open the book, please.
As the party packed up their cart and left the festering ruin of the manor house and surrounding swampland, a sense of relief filled them, knowing they were finally free of the necklace and hopefully that damned invisible crocodile. Travelling along the dusty dirt road in the opposite direction to Arin, they eventually came to a tunnel, seemingly leading under the mountains that had been built and maintained by a rabble of dwarves who had set up a crude toll system, informing the party that they were free to take the crumbling mountain road that led up and over, but for a few gold coins, they would grant them use of their tunnel, guaranteed to be a faster and safer route to Nerek Hall. Despite obvious suspicions about these dwarves, the party contemplated paying the toll, only to be met by further offers from the dwarves that such a valuable cart would require additional payments of insurance to guarantee safe passage. After attempting to pass Stu off as a dwarven princess in exchange for a discount, the party eventually paid the toll, but refused to pay this additional insurance cost before setting off into the dark passage under the mountain. Despite the darkness, everything seemed to be going well until they arrived at a barricade which stretched the width of the tunnel, and a dwarven voice demanded the insurance password. Deciding best to invoke Samwise, the massive stone guardian that follows them, Whispers commanded him to break down the barricade. Unfortunately, Samwise's massive club broke on the first swing, and the immense automaton was left with a meagre toothpick to tap against the wall. As the voice behind the wall refused them entry, several kobolds appeared from the darkness, grabbing what they could from the party's cart and running into the night. Vadim, enraged by this, gave chase, and despite Artyom's best efforts, also disappeared along the tunnel. Following more threats of fireballs and using the mage's wand to turn several of the fleeing kobolds into penguins, the party agreed it best to split up, with Whispers remaining behind to guard the cart, while Stu, Frankie and Artyom would journey through the tunnel to find Vadim and hopefully open the way ahead. Despite triggering several deadly-looking traps, including a battering ram and falling guillotine, the smaller group eventually arrived at a large cavern which contained several massive piles of looted treasures, all sorted into organised piles. In the middle, an elderly dwarf sat at a desk with a jeweller's magnifier, examining the caches the kobolds had brought to him, praising them in turn, and giving them tokens they could exchange for food. He inquires if the party have brought him goods, before reacting to their threats by pulling a large lever to the side of his desk, raising cages from below full of rabid dogs. As they prepared for combat, and Artyom convinced Vadim to return, offering him penguin meat, the inevitable happened, and Frankie set himself alight. After she had kicked Frankie until the flames went out, Stu fired her crossbow at the dwarf, angering him so much he screamed for kobolds to come assist. With the melee in full swing, Frankie once more managing to set everyone alight, and Vadim ripping a dog's throat out with his teeth. Everything seemed to be going well for the party, including Stu managing to land a killing blow on the dwarf. Sadly, this luck was not to last. Several dogs savaged Artyom, snapping his leg in two and leaving the poor boy badly injured. Vadim's leg was torn clean from his body, and Frankie was also bitten repeatedly. As the combat finally ended, Frankie and Stu debate what to do next, as the trembling bodies of Artyom and Vadim, holding each other up and hobbling badly, attempt to limp back to the cart, only to trigger the battering ram trap, crushing the pair against the wall and ending their part in this tale. As the hollow thud that marks the end of their compatriots ring out, Stu and Frankie knew they had to find a way to get to the other side of the barricade. They examined the dwarf's desk, finding several ledgers which mention recent acquisitions, including a solid gold idol. Realising that the valuable treasure must be removed somehow, they found a dumbwaiter, which leads upwards to what sounds like another nest of dwarves. Stu and Frankie make their way up, only for these dwarves to assume that they were kobolds monkeying around on the left, pouring the contents of the slop bucket down the vent to teach them a lesson, completely covering Frankie in dwarf filth and making the mage very, very angry. Following the easy dispatching of these dwarves, and Frankie once again setting himself alight, a passage was found that led to the other side of the barricade. Alas, in this final combat, Frankie manages to break both of his arms before they can open the gate to Whispers. Angrily flapping his snapped limbs and covered in smouldering dwarf shit, the party all agree Frankie badly needs thrown in the nearest lake as they reload the cart and take off through the rest of the tunnel, past several perplexed dwarves.
And lo, the story continues. So, you flee on the cart from the tunnel. After about half a day's travel, you slowly wind down to give your horse a break, and you stop at a nearby, it looks like a sort of generic campsite. And there's only one person there, which seems to be a single traveller. Belry, describe your character?
So he's wearing like blue sort of like coarse linen trousers that are kind of ragged at the bottom. He's got like some leather boots. Got like a plain sort of linen shirt on with like a leather waistcoat over it. And he's got a hat with corks hanging off of it. He's also got a large knife.
I think we should at this point apologise to all our Australian viewers out there.
He's not Australian. He's based off New Zealand.
So, this one person sort of waddles over to your cart and introduces himself. He has a quite obvious looking amulet around his neck.
G'day, friends. How you doing? I'm Bruce Wonglepop. What brings you to my little camp? I'm not good at accents, you're just gonna have to, like, deal with it, guys.
You don't say.
I try to stay away from deep rivers and lakes, I'm afraid. I have no idea what's happened. What was that?
Yeah.
It's already gone.
It's a story for another time.
I was referring to the accent.
Yes, we know. I'm a Stu, and this is my friends Karis and Whispers. We're just heading over to the town over there for a bit up the road. We just had some run-in with some dwarfs.
You see Frankie in a corner as everyone else is sort of like trying to cover Frankie in blankets so the smell goes away.
Yeah, well, Frank is also with us. He's a little bit indisposed at the moment, and yeah. We're actually a bit short on adventures right now. Do you feel like you would like to maybe accompany us? We're a sort of merry gang of adventurers, just trying to do the best things in life and just, you know.
Well, I like to think of myself as a pretty merry chap. I don't see what the fuck is happening.
It's getting worse.
I'm gonna have to like actually just sit, I'm gonna have to actually like sit and practice an accent one day, aren't I?
I'm sorry, I can't speak. I'm just
You seem like a married chap, I must say, and I think it would probably fit well in our crew.
Bonza. Wonga.
For fuck's sake, Rory.
I can appreciate that big knife you have as well. It looks really useful.
Oh, this is Charlotte.
Oh, Christ.
Oh, you named your knife.
I have now, apparently, yes.
Yes. That,
At least it's not called
that sort of
Sheila.
seems appropriate.
It's not called what?
Sheila.
Oh no, that's my crossbow. Have you met Sheila?
Now we have. Welcome aboard, Sheila, Charlotte, and Bruce.
Nice to be part of the crew.
Yeah.
I swear, guys, like, listeners, everyone, I'm gonna practice an accent, like, between now and next week. I think it needs doing.
You know of any rivers or anything, or a lake perhaps really close by that we can use to clean our friend here?
As a rule, I tend to stay away from large rivers and bodies of water in general.
Well, you might know of them, though, because you can't avoid what you don't know.
But there's none close by, is my point. Just
might wanna use
roll them
something
around in
to-
the dirt a bit.
Yeah, or just, put something over your nose. You'll be fine. That's what we do.
Yeah, you might be.
Yeah, poor Whispers here have a better sense of smell and stuff like that, so we're all suffering with her.
Just roll them around in the dirt. We call that a northern bar. It's gotten very the guy from the IT crowd all of a sudden.
I'm daring to ask which
What?
one you mean.
Richard Iowade.
Ah, right.
Should we get along then? Continue our
So
big
you
adventure,
rest the
perhaps?
horse for the rest of the evening, and just before dawn, when you start beginning to pack up, you hear the sound of like a hunting horn, and you look to the road behind you, and you see about 5 or 6 carts full of dwarves tearing down the road towards you. And as they get closer, you hear, "There they are! There!" What do you do?
Friends of yours?
Well...
Get on the
my
cart.
friend.
We need to go quickly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to make a run for it.
Well, I'm not one to say no to a free ride.
Are
Yeah.
they coming with horse and carts as well, is it?
Yes.
Did you say?
There's horses and
If
carts,
it's
and
long
there's
range-
dwarves on foot with like very vicious-looking dogs. There's quite a large
is a-
force out to get you.
This is a really bad time to have Frankie all covered in shit.
But I'm going to jump up in the back, and as the cart starts going, I'm just going to start pinging short bows at them as soon as they're in range.
Same here.
All right, roll to shoot the cart behind.
Let's aim for the horses, guys.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Squid does hit one of the horses. It sort of buckles and rolls under the cart, but the other one in the cart keeps going. The other one, Stu misses, and Whispers misses.
Can I pop up, fire my crossbow, and then ask, so, who's driving the car?
Well, so I'm driving the car.
Frankie.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell who you were trying to
And we
be.
can, we can rouse Frankie enough to drive the cart so we can all shoot
Yes.
out of the back.
Frank is just standing right next to the horse, and the horse is just running for his life.
Oh, that's cruel. That's animal cruelty, that is. Get him, Sheila.
Nope, Sheila doesn't hit.
Oh, it's okay, we all have off days, babe.
So you're on this one cart, running away from everything else. There's about 5 carts following you. Some of them have horses. Most of them look like they're full of angry dwarves. You're on a single track road, but it's clear both sides. There's one trying to roll up on either side of you, and one behind. What do you do?
Keep trying to shoot the drivers.
Yeah, the horses. The
I'm
horses.
going to keep trying to shoot the horses. I'm going to shoot the horse
Yeah.
on the left if I can.
I'm going for the drivers.
Okay. So let's do another round.
Oh, this is good.
Natural 1 from Stu.
Yeah. Sorry, Bruce.
Well, it was a good one.
Well, Squid hits one of the horses from the horse on the left, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Went for the
Yeah,
one
so you
on the
shoot
left.
the horse through the neck. That horse just sort of trundles again under the cart. The other one along next to it sort of keeps going. Whispers shoots the driver. So shoots. Which one are you shooting the driver of?
The one on the right,
On the right. Okay.
which leaves Stu for the one in the middle.
Okay. So let's see what happens when you shoot the driver. You shoot the driver. The cart slows down immediately as one of the other dwarves frantically tries to get the cart back up to speed. So that one has fallen way behind. Now it's just to see what happens with Stu. Odd or even?
Even.
It's even. You don't hit someone else. Your crossbow
welcome,
is
Bruce.
jammed.
Oh no, you've marmaladed it.
I do that sometimes, but yeah. It's your turn now.
Are we all going
Show
to
us
be
what
jamming
show,
now, are we?
show us what
Um,
Sheila got.
I will shoot just sort of indiscriminately towards the oncoming traffic, I guess, for want of a better.
Right. Okay.
So,
Odd or even?
odd.
It's even. You shoot someone else. Who
Sorry,
do you
Stu.
shoot? It's Whispers.
Which way you shooting, Sheila?
I'm sorry, Ash. 15. Groin. 3. Bruised. Your arrow clips Whispers in her groin.
Oi, my tail! That's it, you're off the cart.
Oh, it's just a bit of a whelp, don't worry about it. Let's rub some dirt on it. We call that a northern band-aid.
Just saying, if Whispers had
Don't
lost there,
touch
you.
the tail.
Whispers, had Vo lost there, she would have lost her tail, and I don't think you would have survived, Belric.
No, probably not.
Guys, I'm thinking that the cart that is behind us, it's the least dangerous one, so don't focus on that one because they can't jump over the fucking horse.
So, the cart on the left, is it able to get close? It's getting close. It looks like there's 2 dwarves. If you don't kill them this turn, they will jump onto your cart. The one behind moves up next to you on the right. And again, you've got a couple of dwarves looking like they're about to jump onto your cart.
Let them jump. Charlotte even will be right here to welcome.
Yeah, I'm thinking that the close the carts are, we should be able to like just swing at them with swords, the horses,
Yep.
right?
You can probably swing them with swords, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at the cart on the right, the horse with my sword.
Okay.
If only we had those cool wheel spikes.
Yep. You slice through the horse. It's the only horse in that cart. It trundles underneath and that cart slows down with a bunch of dwarves shaking their fists at you angrily.
Take that, dwarves. I'm gonna take my second swing before you do that, Karis. And I'm going to do it on the other side. On the
Okay.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Oh my god!
Odd or even?
Even, of course.
It's even again. What happens now? You drop your sword. Your sword trundles underneath the cart and away off into the distance.
Bye-bye, sword.
You might want to let one of the dwarves onto the back of this just so you can get weaponry off them.
Well, I still have a hammer and a sword and another hammer, so I'm just fine and dandy.
It sort of looks up and down, like, nods and like, forgot you were a walking armory.
Yes.
Allow me. I'll go for the bow on the left.
Okay. Nope. You got a second shot?
Yeah.
What are you going for?
The second horse on the left.
Yep, you shoot the horse through the sort of immediate shoulder. The horse slows to a stop, and the dwarves are like screaming at it and flipping the reins, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
I do apologise.
You notice another cart coming up from behind, and 3 or 4 dwarves on like individual horses on either side of it trying to get close to you. At this point,
Starting to thin them out.
I'm going to roll to see which thing you deal with next. 18 is you feel the cart lurch to one side and you pass a very slow moving cart. There seems to be a couple more carts ahead and Frankie seems to be weaving you in and out of them.
I love this is turning into a Starsky and Hutch episode.
Yes. It's a chase.
So, there is still one cart following you and there are a couple of dwarves on individual horses. There's like sort of 2 dwarves per horse and they're beginning to pull alongside you. What do you do?
Well, are any of them in?
One of the dwarves that's guiding the horse.
You can shoot the dwarf that's guiding the horse, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have an animal lover in our midst.
Nope.
The dwarves are the
Missing.
enemies, not the horses.
Second shot.
Well, yeah. It's just more effective killing the horses.
Ooh,
Dwarves
no,
don't
it,
run very
it
fast.
glances off the front of him. He seems to be wearing just enough armor
They can
to
just
stop it
come and
killing
do one of the other carts on the road and keep chasing us. Kill the dwarves, and they stop coming.
There's too many dwarves to kill. It's faster to kill the horses. No horses, no carts. No fun for the dwarves.
Unfortunately, those noble beasts are also less armoured, so they're easier to hit.
Yes.
Well, they also cock up pretty good too.
Okay, it's now Bruce.
So, can I tip my hat to one of the neighbouring carts and be like, "G'day," before turning around to shoot at one of the other dwarves?
Okay.
In like
Roll.
a
I'm
very
ducking
sort of like
hiding and making sure I'm behind him
treasure
at
hunt.
range.
In what sort of
As
Bruce
says,
thinks is a really
spinning
suave.
around and shooting
Suave?
things.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, well.
Bruce is a treasure hunter, and he thinks the treasure hunter should be really suave. And so this is his attempt at being suave.
Okay.
A
Roll for
situation
suave.
like this calls from an armoured scythe.
So I'm not getting that out.
Order even
Slightly better.
For the randomness of spinning round before firing, odd or even. Bruce,
I said
Yes,
odd
it-
like 3 times.
You didn't.
you hit someone. Who do you hit?
Yeah, one of them mocking dwarves, I should hope.
Yes, me.
Oh, it's just
thank you.
You hit Stu.
Watch out, Sheila.
That's the left arm. 14. Minor loss. You shoot through Stu's thumb. So Stu now has an arrow through her thumb.
Well, that is.
Why are you
definitely
blocking my
a
shots?
sting.
What do you put in your finger? If one of my arrows fall.
Come here, I'll pull it out for you.
Ow. Don't come near my thumb, or I will thump you.
Oh Christ.
Oh, well done, well done. Right, I will quickly shoot again then before I run to the little treasure hunter's room.
Bruce's second shot.
Everybody mind your thumbs.
Yep, you managed to actually shoot something this time. Were you going for a dwarf or a horse?
A horse, because them's good eating.
Okay, you shoot the horse behind. Again, you shoot one of the other two horses. It crumples underneath the wagon, leaving one horse behind, so the cart behind is struggling to keep up with you. It's now back to Stu.
Are there any horses in swing distance?
Yeah, there's one on either side that have got two dwarves in the back.
Alright. One on the right and one on the left then.
Yep.
I'll go for the right one then.
Okay. Nope.
I'll take a second swing at the right one.
Nope. You swing, but you seem to be just out of range of it. So, now Karis.
Continue to try and thin out the horse on the left.
Okay. Nope. That's one. Odd or even?
Odd.
It's odd. Is it a crossbow you've got?
Short bow.
Short bow. Okay, so it can't jam. So, your tension on your short bow feels a little lax.
There's been an awfully high number of
I was going to say,
so
but yeah.
far. Like 5 of them
In
or
the
something.
wrong direction, yeah. It's a lot of number ones now.
So Executioner
It's gonna
Mark
be one of
does.
those episodes.
Just before it gets to whispers, it is the turn of the horses, sorry. The one dwarf jumps onto your cart. On the other side, he doesn't jump yet, he seems to have got the fear. The cart at the back moves up and off to the left, where the dwarf jumped from. So there's now a single dwarf on your cart. It's now whispers.
Can I shoot at the one that's jumped onto the car?
Yep. Nope. Definitely yes.
There we go.
You basically just shoot it point blank through the skull. He just emits a and just falls and tumbles off the edge of the cart. He drops a two-handed axe.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. If you don't want that axe, I can use it.
Feel free.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's now Wonglepong.
Wonglepong looks up from just drawing on the floor, I guess, because he has no idea what's happened.
Why is he drawing on the floor?
Because I can't see pissed on the floor, can I? Which is what I kind of did, but not on the floor.
I have no idea where you're going with this, but okay, sure.
It's because I
know.
disappeared to the toilet, and so I don't know what happened, right? Like, just stop me.
Yeah, there's some horses and some dwarves. Just to kill some of them.
I'm gonna tip my hat to someone again and try and shoot someone.
Are you going to spin again when you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be really cool if it works.
Odd or even, Belry?
Even.
It's even. You spin round and Sheila goes flying out of your hand and bounces off into the distance.
Sheila, no!
Yeah, you might want to stop that suave things you're doing when you're shooting. Just kill people instead. That's way better.
I wouldn't worry. The Sheilas are nothing but trouble anyway.
The treasure hunter, why?
Yeah, here, Bruce, you can have my crossbow, so you have something to shoot with, since you're good at shooting.
Okay.
I've shot at least one horse.
Are you wanting to do your dramatic spin shot again with this new crossbow?
Not quite as dramatic a spin, I'm gonna do like a spin, but I'm gonna do it quite slowly and measured.
Right, okay, roll.
Like, I'm not quite sure about it, but I wanna like at least put the effort in.
Let's see. Yes, you spin round and shoot. You shoot the horse from the cart. It buckles underneath and the cart slows right down.
I'll call you Sheila too.
That's certainly firing the pointy bit definitely works better than throwing crossbows at them.
It's back to Stu.
Yeah. What do I have to
There's
use
still
my...
one dwarf at the side. He seems to be running ahead and trying to take the reins off Frankie. The dwarf on the right is preparing to try and jump onto the cart. And in the background you see two more sets of two dwarfs on horses riding towards you.
I'll go for the horse that's trying to overtake Frankie then.
Okay. Nope. Yes. You shoot the horse through the neck. It crumples, sending the dwarf on top of it flying. He lands with a sickening snap on the ground. And Frankie sort of cracks the whip more. It's now Caddis.
I think I have to spend a turn, like, retensioning the short bow after the critical fumble last time?
Yeah, you basically, like, retension it. You can shoot once this turn.
Okay, we'll do that in that case.
What are you shooting at?
The closest dwarf.
You miss anyway.
On horseback, I think. Yeah.
Dwarf on the right still is too terrified to jump. The first dwarf on the new horse arriving on the left jumps onto your cart. The other horse arriving on the right doesn't jump onto your cart. It seems to be fear of the whoever it is on the right side.
They're smelling Frankie.
Probably,
yeah.
But there's one dwarf on your cart. It's now Whispers.
I'm going to try and shoot that dwarf.
Okay. Nope, but because he's on your cart, you don't count as a misfire. Yes, you crack him in the face. Is he dead? He's totally dead. You shoot him basically point blank in the face. He just rolls off the cart again, dropping his weapon, which was a one-handed sword.
Somebody pick up that sword. I've got melee weapons enough, so...
So was that the dwarf that was trying to wrestle the reins from Frankie?
That dwarf is dead, yes. The two on the right, there's two horses on the right side, both with dwarves on the back that look like they're trying to sort of judge the distance enough to jump over onto your cart, but they haven't managed it yet.
So, again, in what Bruce imagines is going to look really cool, he's going to throw Charlotte at one of the dwarves while simultaneously shooting another dwarf with the crossbow.
Roll me 2d20.
Jesus.
Bruce, have I told you this? You're an idiot.
Yep, you shoot Charlotte into the face of the dwarf. Dwarf flies off the back of the horse and rolls into the distance with Charlotte. And the other one gets shot in the face and just falls off the horse as well. So there are two dwarves just riding the horses next to you, but the two jumpers are no longer there. But Charlotte has been lost.
And Charlotte
that was like a classic John Woo sort of sideways dive, like a la hard-boiled.
Yeah, as you do that, two doves escape from his pocket.
That's,
I'll hand him the one-handed sword the dwarf got and say, here, have web instead.
Yes, that will be Charlotte 2, perhaps, for you.
Well, that's
Web.
Charlotte for you. She's always running off with other men.
Dear Christ, Bellery.
Try not to eat your mic, Bellery.
Does sound that you are eating your mic as well, yeah.
Sorry, I was a bit, because I was really proud of that joke.
Oh god, it's back to Stu.
Yeah, I guess we have one other horse with two dwarfs on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna slash the horse.
Okay.
Chinka 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 chink. Nope.
Nope. It's now Garrus.
I think Karis will just try and do the same with his bow.
Nope.
Terrible rolling!
So what happens now?
Yeah.
A cart from the back starts rolling forward. It has a couple of dwarf archers who are all trying to take aim at you. So there's 4 dwarf archers all trying to take aim at you all, but they won't get to fire until next turn. There is another horse appeared on the left side with dwarf who wants to jump, but he can't jump this turn. The 2 horses on the right move up and again try to wrestle the reins from Frankie. So it's back to Whispers.
I'm going to throw a bolus at the horses that are pulling the cart behind us to try and tangle their legs up.
Okay, roll. Nope. Have you got a second one?
I've got a few.
Yep, you throw the bolus, it hooks one of the horse's legs together, it trundles forward and smashes sort of face first off the ground. There's a sickening snap, and the horse seems to have basically been like tripped and snapped and killed. The horse next to it goes into a panic and begins rearing off to either side. It takes them a turn to sort of steady, and it will affect the effectiveness of the archers this turn. So now we're back to Wonglepong.
We are. He's a bit astounded he pulled that off, to be honest. So he's not going to tempt fate, and he's just going to try and shoot someone.
So you're not spinning this time?
I mean, he'll do a little spin just for the show of it, but he doesn't want to go too crazy.
Okay. What are you aiming for?
Let's say a dwarf.
Okay, you shoot one of the dwarf archers in the cart behind.
Yay.
So
And while continuing to spin,
around again.
like in
That's
the same
your 20.
spin, he didn't stop spinning.
He fires off, he continues spinning, he does 3 more spins. And he shoots. 2 of them hit and kill 2 of the archers. Just leave a single dwarf archer behind.
720 no scope, bitch.
Looks like somebody's been playing too much Call of Duty.
I am extremely proud to say that I have never played Call of Duty.
I played the first one, that's about it.
Since nobody's taking care of the guys trying to take the reins, I'm going to slash the horses going forward.
Nope. Yep. You swing out your sword. You slice cleanly through the back of the horse. It bucks, sending the rider flying from it, and the horse collapses in a pool of blood.
Nice.
It's now Karis.
So what's left? What's the nearest threat to us now?
There's
then?
one
Is there
horse
still
trying
single-
to take the reins from Frankie. There's a horse on the left with a dwarf ready to jump. And there's the cart behind with has 1 horse, 1 driver, and 1 archer taking aim.
I'm going to try and... The horse that's trying to take the reins, is it just a single dwarf on that one, is
Yep.
it? Yeah, I'm going to aim at the dwarf that's trying to take the reins off Frankie.
Okay. Yep. You shoot a shot through the neck, and the dwarf basically just gets stabbed straight through the neck, flies off his horse, and the horse begins to slow down.
And I'm going to target the last archer for the second shot.
Okay. Roll. Nope. You don't hit it, because it's weaving around quite a lot. Okay, the horse on the left, the dwarf definitely jumps onto the cart then. The archer misses completely. Does a random event happen? Yes, it does. As you carry on, Frankie screams something and you all sort of look in bewilderment towards it, and you see you're going through a very tight sort of stone gate. You notice the dwarf behind immediately try and drop back to directly behind the cart, but you notice